Okay, go live. Hey, Julia, are you still on? Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? We're having some technical difficulties, to say the least.
Is anybody on?
Not yet.
Julia.
Yeah, but she was on earlier. Oh, hey, Lori. How's it going, girlfriend? Can you hear me? Look how I did that. Can you hear me? Hey, darling, what's happening?
Can anybody hear?
Can you guys hear me? Like, we're having major technical difficulties over here.
Is this moving? Yeah, that green is moving.
Yeah. Yes, I hear you. It's low.
Yeah, that's because of the camera.
You guys have not, we're having like the worst technical difficulties.
Virus issues,
all kinds of crap.
Brought in something and installed it. Yeah.
Our son's work, he needed to install something on the computer, so rather than putting it on his computer, I guess he had to try it on our computer. So now everything's all wonky and screwed up. So yeah. MP. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's echoey, guys. There's not a lot I can do at this point. You know, I kind of had to make like a judgment call. Should I just cancel or go on? You know, it's been one of those weeks, y'all. It's been one of those years, y'all. Oh, we still didn't even get my video up, did we?
No.
Crap.
No, the computer's so screwed up.
Yeah. I recorded a video for this week and everything, and we haven't even been able to get it up because the computer's all screwed up. So I'm so sorry, you guys. It's been one of those weeks. How's everybody doing? Lori, how are you? Darlene, Julia, MP, how are you guys? Hey, Crystal. I know it's been forever, right? I mean, I haven't been on for... It's been a while. Sorry about the sound. It's gonna just have to suck for tonight because it's been a mess, y'all. It's been a mess over here. I couldn't get a video up this week. I recorded it and we couldn't get it up because this computer's been so screwed up. You know, it's always something. It's not bad enough for you. Oh, good. Thanks, Lori. And thank you. I do feel better. It's, y'all, can't win for losing, you know? One thing goes wrong and then 100 things go wrong. Ended up going out to Kansas City and surprising my sister for her birthday. Had an amazing time. I mean, like, we had so much fun. Came home. Everything was all good. We made it home safe. Because, like, we drove there, right? So it's like a long drive. We got back on Easter Sunday. I was good. Monday, I was good. Tuesday morning, I woke up and felt like death had warmed over. I was so freaking sick. And it went from nausea and vomiting and itching, like my entire body was itching. It was the weirdest thing, to sinus issues, right? Allergy and sinus issues, which it's really bad on the East Coast right now because of the pollen and everything. So they were like, you need to go get a COVID test. I'm like, I don't have freaking COVID, like, you know, but I went and got a stupid COVID test, which I didn't have COVID. And then ultimately I contacted my doctor back and I said, my COVID test was negative. You know, I've been saying from the beginning, I think this is like allergy and sinus related. So I was waiting on them to contact me back, and I ended up in the hospital. It's been a mess. was so sick, and it ultimately ended up being an infection, but I was so sick and like so frustrated. Just glad I'm okay now. I'm done. 2021 is just 2020 with a wig on. Exactly. Exactly. That's perfect. My granddaughter's heart rate went down. Oh my gosh. Oh no, Crystal, I'm so sorry. Is she okay now? I mean, is she okay now? Guys, it's so freaking hot here. I'm gonna start complaining about the lights. Let's see what else. Ken won't be here tonight. She's wiped out. She needs to sleep. Bless her heart. I mean, she stays up to moderate for me. And when everything was happening earlier, I didn't even know if I was gonna, be able to go live or not. Stupid computer, I swear. Oh. So been dealing with that, and then what else is going on? Just normal, typical family crap on the home front. Sarah, hey. Oh wow, you're in New Zealand. Awesome. Wow. That's a place I would love to visit one day. So yeah, so I did a video for this week, and of course, it's not up on my channel because the computer is screwed up, and I don't know what the heck's going on. This is like an expensive computer, right? So, but every time I sit down at a computer, it's broke. So there you go. I have this effect on computers. Just electronics in general. What else is happening? My husband has been working 14, 16-hour days. Hey, welcome back, girlfriend. So all the inspections are going on right now at his job for the Veterans Administration. So he's swamped. So even like I recorded a video for this week, and then my husband just hasn't had time to even to edit it, and I suck so bad at editing because I suck so bad at electronics. But I'm gonna have to learn how to do it. That's all there is to it. It's just been like so busy for him. I just feel bad. I mean, he's up at 6 o'clock in the morning working, and he's still on his computer working at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. So my son's girlfriend, oh, she's doing good. She's doing good. Recovering. She had all this major dental surgery. She's still having some issues, but she's doing much better. Thanks for asking. She's doing a lot better. In fact, she should be here in a little while. She's gonna come over. What else has been going on? I don't know. Oh, so let me tell you. Okay, so I went to Kansas City. Surprised my sister for her 60th birthday. She got her vaccinations and everything, and she had over the last year, she had gone out, with friends and stuff here and there, but really she'd been really at home by herself the majority of the time. So I wanted to surprise her. It turned out awesome. We had a blast. So my hubby took his computer with him, and he worked, all day, and she and I would go out running around, and then we'd go do stuff, all three of us at night. But so actually on her birthday, on that actual day, we went to a casino. I was like, what do you want to do today? And she's like, let's go to a casino. I was like, okay. And she normally wins, she has good luck, really good luck when it comes to that kind of stuff. Hey, Jersey Scrapper, how's it going? So we get there, and they're doing the tracking for COVID. So you have to give them your ID, and they scan it and all that. And so we're playing slots and stuff, and then she's like, oh crap, I can't find my glasses or my phone. She's like, I think I left them in the car. And I'm like, I don't remember seeing them. She goes out to the car, and while she's out of the car, I'm on a machine, and I end up winning $96. And I'm like, yeah. Nobody's around, of course, right? And she comes back in, and she's freaking out. She's like, I can't find my phone. I can't find my glasses. Um, anyway, long story short, they ended up being at home. But and then I ended up winning another time, but she didn't do so great that day. She didn't win, but we went. Saw a lot of cool stuff, and we had a good time. It was really cool. Hey, Julia, there you are. Yeah, so Ken won't be on tonight. We're gonna miss her. Like I said, with the computer issues, I don't even know if I was gonna be able to come on or not. So I was like, yeah, it's been one of those weeks, y'all. It's been that kind of lifetime here lately. What else is going on? Oh, so I was telling you the story about how I went to the emergency room. It's at the hospital. And so I'm in there, and of course, my head was like pounding. I mean, it was like the worst headache. Um, and when you feel out of sort, and then on top of it, you have a pounding headache. And so, sorry, let's play with my hair. So I'm in there, and all of a sudden, this young guy comes through. I felt like death had warmed over, and he comes through, and right off the bat, I was like, oh wow, he's like confused, like he didn't know he was dead. Young guy. So apparently, he had come through this hospital and ended up dying at this hospital from a gunshot wound. Um, and he was trying to find his buddy and his mom, right? Well, his buddy, I guess, had been sent to another hospital, but his buddy ended up living. He passed away. So he was all confused. And then I had an older guy coming through who was trying to help this young guy. It was a mess, y'all. I'm sitting there like trying to deal with my pounding headache and trying to talk to the doctors and the nurses, and they're putting IVs in and doing this, that, and the third. And yeah, it was crazy. It's always crazy in my little world. But yeah. So how's everybody else doing? Like, I'm just yapping away. Is everybody good? I mean, everybody's doing good now. Wait, Crystal, you didn't tell me. Is your granddaughter doing better now? Am I still alive, you guys? I guess I am. It never fails. As soon as I go on live, the whole neighborhood starts in chaos. I can hear motorcycles racing. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Am I still on live? Because I'm not getting anything coming through. Am I talking to myself? It's not like I don't do that all the time. Oh, good, Pat. Yay. Yay. I bet you that's so much easier. Even like trying to sleep or move or cats are the worst. Yay. Oh, I'm sorry, Lori. I'm so sorry, honey. It's that time of the year. Isn't it always that time of the year because of COVID? Oh, thanks, Sarah. Thanks. I was trying to think of like what we could talk about tonight. Um, there hasn't been like anything going on, around me to be worthy of a story tonight, I don't think. Just laying around being sick and feeling like crap, and now I'm finally like functioning again, and I feel like a human being again. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Suzanne Morphew. When I was really, really sick for like 2 days, 2 nights, when I like felt, the worst, um, I woke up like several times and I kept feeling like she was trying to come through to me. I don't know how to explain it. It was almost like she was trying to come through to me in a dream, but it really wasn't a dream. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like she was trying to come through to me, and I wasn't like getting much of anything. Um, and then it kept popping into my head. I'm not where you think I am. I'm not where you think I am. I'm like, where do I think you are? Because for the life of me, I can't figure out where you are, and I'd like to be able to figure out where you are. And then by the second night, I was getting like, for some reason, I felt like people have been like around her. Wherever she's like entombed, people have been like all around her, right? And I know I said that before, but this time it's like I don't know where she is, but wherever she is, it's where people have congregated, I guess. And it's really like a lot stronger than what I was feeling before. Yeah. Let's see. I really enjoyed the style of Princess Diana reading you did. Did you see yourself doing more readings like that? You know what, MP? Excuse me, MP. It's doing that. I really did. I mean, it's hard for me because I'm just used to um, speaking with spirits like in my mind as opposed to out loud. So it was kind of hard, but I mean, I could, yeah, definitely do it again. I think it turned out pretty cool. I thought so. Yeah, I thought I'd do that again. I figured I'd love to try to start doing it at least like once a month, with somebody like famous. Um, yeah, yeah, I was impressed. I thought it turned out really well. Like I was, because my biggest concern was, oh great, the camera's gonna come on. I'm gonna try to ask her the questions, and then I'm gonna forget to like say it out loud. But I was trying like so hard to concentrate and like say it out loud. Whereas normally when I connect with someone, I don't have to think that much about it, if that makes any sense. So showers in here were awful. Thanks, Darlene. How about aliens? Hey, Allie. Been fighting with my dad. He's 91 and not understanding things. Like the difference between a virtual voicemail and a real answering machine. He lies all the time to fix everything you do. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lori. That's so hard, too. Yeah. Ah, Pat, you're dealing with Alzheimer's too over there? Jeez. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sarah. It's so hard to lose our parents. I can't talk. What do you think about the Kristen Smart case and the arrest? Darlene, I don't know anything about the Kristen Smart case. Sorry. I try really hard not to watch the news. There are times when my hubby's watching it and I'm in the same room and it's on in the background, but I really don't pay attention to it. I didn't know anything about it. Wow. Everybody gets really emotional at the March, April solstice. Yeah. Yeah. I believe that. This time of year. Every year. Yep. I believe that. Oh my gosh, did you guys see that um the shooting this morning in Indianapolis at the FedEx? Ugh, you guys, it's like Ollie said, it's like every freaking day something, And I mean, I know we've had this in years past, like it'll go back to back to back, but it just seems like it's just so intense right now. I was just grateful that my family was all safe, because I have a lot of family out there. And wake up to hear it this morning. My husband's like, "Oh yeah, I heard it happened at like 4 o'clock this morning or something." I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" I was, hyper worried about my family out there to make sure everybody, was okay, which everybody's fine. Yeah. Um, Yeah, that's cool, Pat. Yeah, you know what? So that's so funny that you say that. Okay, that's really funny that you said that because, like, I actually had somebody ask me on Instagram one time, um, do the people come through to you? Do you hear them like they sound like we know that they sound, right? And I never like thought of that, or you know what I mean? But with her, she was definitely. I just saw my hubby walking the dog across the street over there. Sorry. Um, she was just so polite and like politically correct, and she could just tell like she's just a good person. I don't know how else to say it, but she was definitely like she was like you saw her in her interviews on TV. Just very sweet though. But it was funny because my concern was doing this video a new way, and then on top of it, like I knew her to be very like I guess closed, a little closed off is the word, I guess. So I was really worried about like speaking out loud and getting her feedback and then doing the video. And but she was awesome. She was just really sweet and down to earth. That's the one thing. She was very down to earth, which I was so surprised. You know what I mean? But yeah, she was like totally down to earth. I lost my dad 2 years ago. I feel you, Jersey. Listen, you guys, like, it took me a long time to get over the loss of my dad, and then came the loss of my mom, and it doesn't it doesn't matter who you are. It's a nightmare when you lose your parents. Wow. Yeah, I remember somebody saying, "Oh, it gets better, it gets easier." We were at my dad's funeral. We were standing outside before the funeral started. I'm not going to mention any names. It was a family member, and he was like, "Oh, it gets easier. Don't worry, you'll be okay. It gets easier." Um, it never got easier. It got different. You know, like as time went along, it became different, and to this day, it still hurts and it still sucks. But such is life, and I know my dad's in a great place, and yeah, I can at least take some comfort that he went relatively quickly and didn't get to an age he needed care. Oh, wow. Hey, I was sitting here talking, and then I just saw you walk by across the street. I was like,
Hey, you could talk about the gate, the garbage disposal,
oh my gosh.
things
Okay.
in my life that I have.
So, what to talk about. I didn't know what to talk about tonight. He was saying, okay, so my husband got this harebrained idea. Rather than hiring somebody to redo the gate on our back fence, he would do it. So it's been a nightmare. So he asked me to go out and help him. So he had like a hold of the gate, and he was on one side of the gate drilling something, and I was on the other side of the gate. All of a sudden, this gate comes slamming down at my arm. It nearly tore my damn arm off. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" He felt so bad. He's like, "I thought you were paying attention." I was like, I was literally looking over there at some weeds I needed to pull, right?
Wait a minute, what are you rolling your eyes for?
Because you should have just hired somebody. It makes
No.
oh my gosh, if you would have hired somebody, it would be already done by now.
Wait a minute, I'm working with the old 20-year-old wood, so it's very delicate.
Okay,
You don't want to break it. You can't buy that stuff, okay?
Okay, honey. You hear him trying to justify. So then later, so like the next day, my son's out there helping him with the same gate, which it's still not done yet. And I'm in the kitchen, and the garbage disposal is something. I'm like, oh my gosh. So like the water line had backed up, right? Thankfully, I caught it to where. Hold on, you guys, I can't see where the crap. Fortunately, I caught it, or else we would have had, like, you know, a flood on our main level going down into our basement. So it's just been one thing after another. Like, it's been. Okay, let me see. Hey, God, what's happening? Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Alzheimer's. That's a tough one. Marco, how are you? How are you? My understanding of the afterlife has been a huge comfort. Yeah, it should be. I mean, and I know people say that, oh, he's in a good place. But in most cases, they are in a good place. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry, Lori. I'm so sorry. Oh, bye, Lori. I hope everything's okay. Bye, honey. 20 years ago, she was a college student. Disappeared. I was another student's father. Helped him. Really? Wow. That's crazy. Hey, someone secret. What's up? Ray Rivera. His story was featured in the new Unsolved Mysteries. I haven't heard of him. Mm-mm. Ruled as a suicide. Here, I'll write his name down and put him on my list later. I hear my dog out there. She's running all over the place. Yeah. Well, I can tell you this much, like, just off the bat, when I was reading his name, I don't feel like he took his own life. I can tell you that much. Yeah, I feel like he took his own life. I think there was a lot more involved. There was a lot more to it. You guys, every time I come in this freaking room, I can't see out of my damn glasses. So what else was I going to talk about? Oh. So I'm going to tell a funny story since I found out that my sister actually watches my Friday Night Lives, but she like watches them like, you know, a day or two later. I didn't know that. So I thought I would tell a funny story with my sister. You guys ready? So some of you might remember this story because I think I talked about it when I got back from Vegas, but excuse me. This past September, my sister and I met in Vegas. You know, I meet her there all the time. Not all the time, like once a year. I wish it was all the time, but I'd be broke if it were all the time. More broke than what I really am now. So anyway, met my sister in Vegas, and you know, COVID was still going on, so we weren't sure like how crowded it was going to be or what it was going to be like. Well, it ended up being perfect because there weren't a lot of people there. Everybody had to wear masks. Everybody was, you know, socially distanced, and everything was good. So we were walking down the strip, right? And there's like nobody. There's, you know, usually Vegas is wall to wall. There was hardly anybody there. Okay? So all of a sudden, I don't know if you've ever been to Vegas on the strip near the shops. There's these women come out and they're like, "Oh, hey, come here, try this product, try this, try that," and they're pulling you a million different ways, right? So I had said to my sister, "Well, hopefully we won't have to deal with that crap because of COVID, right?" No. So we're walking down the strip, and this lady's like, "Oh, hey, sisters, come here. You two are sisters." I'm like, I didn't think we looked that much alike, but I guess we do. So I told my sister prior to leaving the casino, I said, "Here's what we're going to do. If these people are out and they're pulling us here and there and trying to get us to buy $500 cosmetics that suck, just pretend like you can't hear them. We'll just pretend like we're deaf." Which I know that's bad and that's politically incorrect, but I did it and I said it. Okay, so that's what we were gonna do. We were gonna pretend like we were deaf. So as she says, "Oh, hi, sisters, come over here, your sisters," and she grabs us and she was like, "Let me tell you about this great new product." She's rambling on, and I was like, I can't hear you." I went. She's like, "Oh, you're deaf." She's like, "How do you say hi in sign language?" You guys, first of all, my sister was looking the other direction, right? And then she turns around and the lady said, "How do you say hi in sign language?" And I went like that, right? My sister busts up laughing. I like elbowed her or something, like stop, you know. And she goes, "What?" It's like we're supposed to be deaf and we can't hear or speak, you dummy. So then, of course, the running joke for the rest of the trip was, how do you say hi in sign language? Because that's exactly how I did it, right? So yeah, it's just a funny little joke. Me and my sister have this little thing now. But every time I think of it, I can be in the worst mood. And if I think of that day, I just crack up laughing, because it's so typical me and my sister. Oh my goodness, I'm pretty sure it was a video on Teresa Hallback that led me to you. There's development in the case. Witnesses came forward to say they saw two people pushing the car. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. Maybe they'll catch them. It does, Pat. I was talking to Mark? I think I was talking to Abby. Just saying that it's just unbelievable how many people go missing nowadays. And I mean, I know it was always like that, just now with social media and everything, but it's just insane. It's insane. Not to bring up political history, but how about a reading when actually bad was the woman killed at the Capitol? Just a thought. Oh, actually, that might be a good idea. Maybe I could do that. Let me write her down. Oh yeah. How could I forget about my hubby's birthday? Ah. We ended up having a great day. He took off work, which he needed it. I took him out to our favorite restaurant for breakfast, and then we just kind of hung out, piddled around, and then we went to this seafood restaurant that we've never been to. I had heard a lot about it. We went out there. It was extremely expensive, but it was amazing. The food was really good. So yeah. Yep. You could have red lips. That's true, Pat, but my sister's like, what? I'm like, shut up. Yeah, it was funny. Gosh, it's so hot in here. Woo! But yeah. What else? There was something else I was going to talk about. I thought I wrote it down, but I don't think I did. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So we were driving. So to go to Kansas City to my sister's, I said, okay, on Saturday at midnight, we'll leave because her stepdaughter was going to say, hey, I want to take you to lunch for your birthday or dinner for your birthday. And then we were going to show up, right? So I was like, okay, let's sleep and then we'll leave at midnight. Well, my husband had hurt his back that day. He was in so much freaking pain, and I was thinking the whole time, like, I don't know if we're going to be able to make this trip. Because, I mean, that's a long time in the car, So I ended up not being able to sleep, and I looked at hubby, and I was like, let's just freaking go. Can we just go? Got everything in the car. We left. He was in, like, a lot of pain. And so I said, I'm going to drive. So I'm driving, and Waze took us out in the middle of freaking nowhere, down the side of a mountain, right? So if y'all have ever seen that movie Deliverance, I'm driving along thinking, oh my gosh, we're in the movie Deliverance. Like, I'm going to hear, the music anytime now. I mean, that's how bad this was. This was like, it was like, windy mountain roads and literally no street lights anywhere. It was bad. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, please just get me out of here, And we're driving and driving and driving. And finally I was like, we got to stop and get something to eat. By this point, it's like 5 minutes till 10. So we stopped at this, we finally came into like this small town. And they had a Dairy Queen. So we went in because they didn't really have anything in the town. we went in, got something to eat, and we're like walking out, and she's like literally pushing us out the door, like to lock the door. And I'm like, okay, friendly people out here. Um, so we sit on these picnic tables, we eat, and we get back in the truck, and we keep going. And finally, at like, I don't know, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. We have got to stop. So we stopped and got a hotel, and then we slept, got up at 6 and left. But it was just enough of a, you know, enough of a sleep that we were okay to keep going, you know, because it's a like 15, 16 hour drive. Like it's a long way. Um, but yeah, that whole, I swear, I thought we were in the movie Deliverance. I told my husband, I'm like, this is scary. I'm scared. Like, there was no houses. We maybe passed 10 cars, you know, over the course of like an hour and a half or something, but it was just scary, y'all. It was scary. And I mean, we're talking like rebel flags. When you did see a house, there's like rebel flags, and there's, you know, broken down cars with on cinder blocks in the front yard, you know. It was scary, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I was scared. But then we stopped at the hotel, and then we stopped at this hotel. I'm exhausted. Hubby's in pain. I'm like, we just need to, you know, he just needs to take some medicine. We need to go to sleep. And I pull in and I get out and I run to register. There's nobody around. So I'm looking around, I'm like, hello, hello, I'm walking around this, and it's a really nice hotel, right? Hello, hello, walking around, nobody. So I ran and used the restroom, and then I came back out, and then I told Hubby, like, I don't know if anybody works here. So he went in and used the restroom. And then I'm in the truck about to leave, and this guy walks out, and he's like, oh, can I help you? And I'm like, what state are we in? Like, are we in the U.S. still? You know, what's up with all these weird people? Um, yeah, you guys, it was crazy. All right, what am I missing here? Hold up, what am I missing, girl? Oh, wait a minute. Darlene, are you talking about Teresa Hallback? Is that what you were talking about? Hold up, y'all. Sorry, give me a minute. You guys, I hate computers. Have I said lately how much I hate technology and computers? Because I do. Okay. Now I can't find the. You guys. Okay, so Darlene, are you talking about Teresa Hallback? Because I think that's what you said earlier, but it just now hit me who you're talking about. Hey Anna, is it Anna or Anna? Hey, thanks Cooper. Hey, hey Sarah. Oh, Sarah, I already talked to you. Sorry, Sarah. I'm losing it, y'all. I'm losing it. Oh, let me tell you about the Teresa Hallback case. For some reason, I didn't register when I read that. I was thinking of somewhat a different case. Sorry, I was thinking of a totally different case. I actually know a little bit about the Teresa Hallback case, and I've actually worked with someone that's working on the case, and I'll just leave it there. But yeah, I actually know a good deal about what's going on. And I'll just leave it at that because I can't talk about it at this point. But I totally don't know why. I think I read Teresa Hallback, but you know what? I was thinking of oh my gosh, now I can't even think of her name. I can picture her, but I can't think of her name. She was a young girl, brown hair. She looked similar to Teresa Hallback. Anyway, I read Teresa Hallback's name, but I was thinking of the of the other girl. Oh, you know what? Right here, let's see. Pretty sure it was a video on Teresa Hallback that let me to you. Oh, Sarah, you said Teresa Hallback. Okay. There's a development in the case. Yeah. Yeah, there's a big development in the case. I can't talk about it, but there's been a lot going on in that case for a while that everybody is kind of kept quiet, you know? So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out. No, I knew who you were talking about, Sarah. It just didn't click. I was thinking of this other little girl. Oh no, Pat. I feel bad for where this is gonna go. It's funny because I learned from my mom, you know, when you go on a road trip, you always pack toilet paper or paper towels, or both, which I did this time. Thank you. I got this new Kylie Jenner lipstick, and it's so matte that it like dries my lips out so horribly. It's horrible. It's not going to be one of my favorite, I can tell. Okay, it's 175 degrees in here. I'm dying of heat exhaustion. Um, so let me tell you, this reminds me of when I was a kid. I don't know if you guys remember these, but that's funny. Sorry, Darlene, I caught that and I figured out it was Sarah after I said it. I'm just all over the place tonight. Just forgive me. Um, so, you know, we used to travel to Indiana and to West Virginia. The trip to West Virginia, when I was little, the trip to West Virginia was like, I think it used to be like 7 or 8 hours, which it doesn't take that long now to get there because of the new interstates. But and then to Indiana was like 14 hours back in the day before the new interstates went in. So they used to have these. The rest area bathrooms were like all metal, and they were like really loud, really obnoxious, right? But they were like metal. Okay, they weren't like regular toilets. And I was scared to death of them. And my dad would be like, just get in there and use the restroom. Just go use it. You're not. I swear, I was a little kid. I thought I was going to be sucked down in the toilet. I was so afraid of those toilets. Oh my gosh, I'll never forget that. Because those have the best comfort velvet matte lipsticks and they're all natural moisture. Oh, really? Wow. I'll write that down. Because, you know, lipstick doesn't stay on me usually. I mean, like this is, but it's so like it's just horribly dry and gross. And people say, "Oh, go get Maybelline this," or, and I try to get that stuff, y'all. It just doesn't stay on my lips. Like it'll be on there for like half an hour and then it's gone. You know. No worries. Um, what else was I going to talk about? Wow, I have somebody coming through now. Of course. Hmm. Yes, Pat, that's exactly it. Yeah, yeah. And they're like so loud and so obnoxious, and it feels like the entire ground is like shaking as they flush. I'm so afraid of those stupid toilets. I hated those things. The other thing I couldn't stand is, you know, back then, a lot of the rest areas just had like the little like outhouse things, you know. I was so afraid to use the bathroom. I would have to pee so bad, and I would just keep holding it. There's a new UFO picture? Really? Hmm. Interesting. I'll definitely have to see. I have to go look for all this stuff because I don't watch the news, so I'll definitely have to go check it out afterwards. Wow, the Pentagon confirmed the UFO presence. Really? Wow, that's huge because, yeah, the government doesn't like to confirm anything. That's crazy. Holy crap. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the news other than my son, I guess, said, I guess he had seen that Joe Biden declared like a state of emergency or something with Russia, a national emergency with Russia or something. That's the only thing I'd heard of. That's funny. Wow. Yeah, that blows my mind about the UFO pictures. Mm. I won't go into too many details, but we had a person that was pretty high up. I'm not going to mention what position they were in because y'all will be able to figure it all out. And don't, yeah. Anyway, we had a person that was pretty high up in the government that was hiring outside people to research UFOs and aliens and such. Yep. And he was hiring just, random people that said, oh, I've seen a UFO, or I know this, or I know that, or I've communicated with this or that. True story. I hate the toilet to flush before you can stand it because I like to use poop spray. Yeah, there you go, darling. That's funny. Definitely funny. We also had someone that was pretty high up in the last, let me say, 14 years that people researching JFK's assassination. Yeah. He hired a psychic. He did. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, just a little bit of random stuff that I happen to know. All right, you guys, am I all caught up? I think I am. Yeah, I definitely have to go check out this UFO stuff for sure. So I got contacted on, it was an email. Got an email today. And it was the guy, and he's like, oh, I found your name under the Adventures with Purpose video about Suzanne Morphew. I never did ask him, like, how he found my name in there. It's a clue. But he was, he said that he had, contacted a bunch of psychics because he felt like, he was having, he felt like he was having, psychic things going on within himself, and he wanted to know how to, like, be more in tune with it and make it stronger. And he was like, yeah, every psychic I talk to, they turn and run the other way. Well, we all know why they turn and run the other way. Because if you're not willing to fork out big bucks to them, then they're not going to help you. You know what I mean? I took the time and wrote him a book about what he needs to do and how to do it, and told him if he had any questions, let me know. But I just find that interesting that it just bugs me, I guess. It really bugs me. I can't imagine, like, I don't know, let's say you're a seamstress. You're a world-renowned seamstress. And you find out that this person that can't afford a seamstress needs their dress hemmed for the prom or for the wedding, right? Well, you're going to actually say, no, I'm not going to do it. Because if you can't pay me, I'm not going to help you. No. Would you? I mean, wouldn't you just say, you know what? Life's been good for me. Well, let me help you. Let me do this for you. I mean, come on, right? Majority of the psychics out there just really piss me off, y'all. I had a dream where all the planets were in the middle of the sky. All my Saturn is in the middle. Wonder what that means. I'm not telling you, Pat. You have to figure it out. I can't tell you. I can't. Please consider readings for Johnny Gosh. Why do I know that name? I think he's on my list already. I think he's on my list. Johnny Gosh went missing on his newspaper route, and Jody was a popular newscaster. Yeah, Jody Who's in Trot. I knew that name too. Gosh, I think they're on my list already, but I'll check and make sure. Wait a minute. Did I already do Johnny Gosh? You guys, I don't know. It's hard to keep track of people's names and cases. And Jody Jones in Scotland. There was a 2-part TV series about it in the UK recently, mainly about the dodgy conviction of her boyfriend, Luke Mitchell. Jody Jones. I'll check her out. She might be on my list too. I don't know why all these names are sounding so familiar tonight. Phew. Hot here, y'all. Gotta drink my lemonade. Sorry, guys. I have someone trying to come through, and I'm trying to like figure out if they're gonna talk to me or not. We're going back and forth. Sorry, I play with my hands when. Sorry. Yeah, I definitely need a fan, right? I had one. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know where it went. But it's loud too. It's like, I mean, it's really powerful. It's like that big, but it's really strong, but it's like really loud. Oh my gosh, you guys, I made a new recipe today. It was so good. It's not keto. Um you take Italian sausage and cannellini beans, and it's like a pack of Italian sausage, 4 cans of cannellini beans, a can of diced tomatoes, basil, Italian seasoning, some olive oil, salt, pepper, little teeny bit of oregano, and I let it cook like all day in the slow cooker. It was so good, y'all. Are you able to control the input you get as the time as I would say of your specific readings, or images and words come to you random times? So generally, I have like times when I'm open, and so what that means is if spirit, want to connect with me, they can come through freely, right? But like if I'm doing a specific reading, like whether I'm working on a case, locally, or whether I'm working on a case for YouTube, then I'll shut everything else down, so I can just focus on just that one spirit coming through. Yeah. So I do that. And like if I'm doing a private reading for somebody, then I get stuff like all week, like, it just comes at different times, I don't always get everything at the same time, right? So I have to like strategically plan, what I'm doing so I don't get hit with 500 things at one time. Yeah. USB dustpan might be a good idea. That's definitely what I need, Sarah. I need to get one. I hear my kitty cat out there. No, what's wrong? Yeah, because it just gets entirely too hot underneath these stupid lights. Ella. Hi, Ella. Sorry if my cat's out there. Ella. I'm so distracted now. Like, this guy's trying to come through. Yeah, I have to like, that's why I can't like, I don't know how other psychics are able to do like, you know, 4, 5, 10 readings, like private personal readings for people. I don't know how they do that because for me, I get information different ways and it's not like it all comes at one time. It's like over a period of time. You know what I mean? Like I've done readings for people and I've had to go back to them like 2 weeks later and say, oh, by the way, I just got this, and this concerning you, So I don't know how they do 10 psychics a day. Oh, thanks, Copper. Yeah, I'll have to look on Amazon and see what I can find. Hey, Afton, what's happening? Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, I'll have to look on and see what I come up with because I need something. I'm like, it's hot, y'all. It's hot in here. It's really hot in here. Eva, what are you doing? Hang on, guys. Let me let the kitty cat in. Hi, come in. Come on. Come on, kitty. Okay. I had to let her in. She was like scratching. She puts her little paws underneath and starts reaching up and scratching the inside of the door. I'm like, hello. Where you going, Ella? Um, yeah. Sorry. Totally distracted tonight. You find that being overtired, having too much caffeine, etc., can interfere with your openness to receive messages. Just wondering. Definitely. All of the above and below. I think I do a lot better now, actually, that I don't drink caffeine anymore. Yeah. I think that helps a lot because I think caffeine just doesn't work well with me. I have too hard of a time with caffeine, I think, because my brain's always going nonstop anyway, right? And then on top of it, to be receiving messages and stuff on top of that, so it's so much better. Sorry, guys. Stella's got to put her tail up in it. It's so much better when I don't do caffeine at all. But yeah, I mean, by nature, anyway, doing a reading or connecting with spirit, it's exhausting, right? It wears you out. It takes everything out of you. I mean, there are ways that you kind of build yourself up over time to where it's not as bad, but it's, woo, what are you doing? But it's still like, it can exhaust you, right? So, I mean, if I stay away from caffeine and you know, if I'm able to limit the time that I receive things, if that makes any sense, that helps a lot, But like when I'm sick, like somebody had sent me a message on Instagram and really needed an answer concerning a specific situation with a loved one of theirs, and I was like, I, I wish I could help you, but I'm not feeling good. And when I don't feel good, I'm, what are you doing? Don't bite mommy. Don't bite mommy. Don't bite mommy. No, don't bite me. Um, Ow, that hurts. Be nice. Be nice. Why you gotta be like that? Sorry. Cat hair flying all over the country. Um, sorry. So when I don't feel good, if I'm not at 100%, then I'm useless. So I'm like, I really wish I could help you, but I can't help you. I mean, I can't help it, but so yeah, if I'm really tired or if I'm in a crappy mood, I mean, everything can affect it. Um, I just have to, there was a point in my life years ago that I dealt with a lot of depression, and anxiety and being unhappy and sad a lot, because I was so sick. It's before I knew about my Chiari, and life was just really hard for me back then because of my health. And so, I kind of had to come to a point where if I'm going to use this gift, then I have to stay positive and be in a kind frame of mind, I guess. I have to not be depressed and not be upset and not be in a crappy mood all the time. You know what I mean? I don't know if this even makes any sense, but for me it makes sense. I yeah, I couldn't utilize my gifts if I were depressed all the time. If I were angry, sorry guys, crap in my eyes. Um, if I were angry or sad or it wouldn't work. So I need to be as close to in a good place as I can. There. Just so that to begin with, right? Instead I have to ramble on for 16 hours trying to explain it. Oh yeah, channeling Eric. Yeah, yeah. It's a cool channel. Yeah. Put him on my list. That would be cool. Okay. I remember you mentioning that you check in with Dark Rose sometimes. Just wondering if you have a support network of psychics you can count on. It's funny you mention that. So I don't, other than like I do keep in touch with Dark Rose and um, another woman that I keep in touch with, but I don't know. I just think for me, like I'm okay on my own. You know what I mean? But now I totally appreciate Dark Rose. She and I have contacted each other back and forth about specific events, and she's been like amazing. And I'm glad that I do have her. But as far as locally, I don't have like a bunch of people that I have for backup or support or anything. There used to be a couple of women, but I don't know, just like over time, the one moved out of state, and I wish I had that. I really wish that I had a bigger support. I do well on my own, but I do wish that I had like an extended support system so that if I needed to reach out, I could. But it is what it is. And maybe that'll happen for me one day. Maybe. I mean, I do okay. It just would be nice. Like, it's nice to talk to Dark Rose about specific cases and stuff. So for that, to have someone for that, that would be awesome. I talked to my friend Shelly. Like, she's not psychic, but she understands. You know. So yeah, you have to take care of yourself. Definitely, Pat. Definitely. If we don't take care of ourselves, who will? Right? We all have to take care of ourselves. And unfortunately, as women, women especially, we don't take care of ourselves. You know. All right, you guys. I'm gonna cut this short tonight. I'm gonna cut this short tonight. Sorry it's so short. I'm just had so much going on. Aw, thank you, Pat. I appreciate that, honey. Yeah, it's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard to it's hard to have like normal friends. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, because I feel like the normal friends would always be like, "Oh my god, is she trying to read me?" You know what I mean? Like from their aspect, not from mine. You know? Yeah. Dream of my personal future all the time. It's good. I can't tell anyone about it. It's bad. I can't tell anyone. Thanks, Chris. Wow. Yeah, Jersey, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, bye guys. Marisol, Chris, Jersey, Pat, bye Pat, Sarah, Afton. Who else? Who am I missing? I know I'm missing people. Copper. You guys have an amazing evening. A lot about does it for me. Bye. Oh, bye, Darlene. Bye, honey.